So we are on Catamaran. Boom! How's it going, Captain?
Welcome to the ship, Mo. Welcome to the ship. I'm Toby, Captain.
Thank you, Toby.
This is Milana. She's the stewardess on Boom.
Thank you, Milana.
Been working together for the last 3.5 years, all over the world. This is Asterios.
Asterios, how is it going?
Nice to meet you.
He's been a chef in various restaurants in Santorini for the last few years.
Awesome.
Specialises in seafood. His father's a fisherman, so if we catch some fish on the way, you can cook anything you want.
I guess we can check with you a little bit after we've seen the boat, and you can tell us maybe some Santorini specialties or any specialties on the boat.
Well,
I would say let's see the boat first, and then we'll stop in the galley, all right?
Awesome. You're going to follow me, Mo.
Thanks, Toby.
So this is Asterios' office, his galley. We also have a television that pops out of here. So if you want to watch any movies you made in the day, the seabobs have a camera on them, so you can film yourself.
Oh,
you can
really?
Film forward, and at the end of the day we can plug it in, and hopefully you don't look too crazy underwater. Also, this is a dining table that lowers down into a coffee table, and it can fold out. So on those rare cold days, you can eat inside the boat here. So the Boom has 5 cabins, 4 doubles and 1 bunk. So I'm going to take you down into the master cabin to begin with. And on the way, I'm going to show you the wine cooler. So keep your rosé nice and chilled. We also have extra fridges on the boat and a big freezer, so we can stock up fresh goods at the start.
Awesome.
We don't have to waste so much time shopping.
So stopping at ports is optional.
It's optional, exactly. We've got a water maker that can create nearly 300 litres of water an hour.
Oh, you have a water maker. Awesome.
So yeah, we, especially in the summer in the Ionian, we can spend a lot of time in the bays. You know, we don't really have to go.
Is that common that people like let's not spend the night at?
It depends, but certainly some of the week. Yeah, you know, it'd be a shame to miss some of the towns along the way.
Well, not towns, but you can check them during the day. But what I'm trying to say, these boats are made to stay on anchor.
Sure,
right in some nice bay and stuff.
Floating apartments, exactly. So yeah, in lots of the bays in the Ionian and some in the Cyclades, it's very deep in the middle of the bay. So you drop the anchor, you reverse back, you take long lines and you tie up to trees or rocks.
Yeah.
And because the water's shallow behind you, you end up with like a swimming pool behind the boat. So we can drop the swimming platform, we can take the tender off of it, and we can put some nice big seats down there, and you can sit this far off the water, a glass of wine, swimming pool, the kids snorkeling behind the back of the boat.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so this is the
and also great for pictures, like those pictures when you're tied up to a tree. That's usually the pictures, and
that's it. Yeah, that's
awesome.
It. So this is the master, nice big shower, sink area. Also its own companionway. So if you're in the master cabin, you can get through straight from the cockpit down into your cabin. I'll just walk you through to the forward cabin. So that smell of the lavender, apparently it helps you sleep. So
I do use it in the evening. It's great, especially for kids.
Yes.
The kids they smell the thing and they're sleeping.
Yeah.
Which is
it does work. And it's lovely.
It does. I can confirm that. We're using some oils and stuff, but I definitely could take a nap right now.
That's what Milana's saying. Yeah.
Like with me, it might be at the point where if you're used to the smell, you smell it, and like it's conditioned in past experience. Awesome. Let's see I want to see the 3 cabins on the port side.
So I'll show you these 2 first. One of the cabins, which is really awesome, very private. You can only get to from the cockpit.
Well, we'll finish with that one?
Yeah, we'll finish
All
with
right.
that one, yeah. Down here, for the kids, here is the bunk cabin. So plenty of space. All of the cabins are en suite. So everything's en suite, and all of them have a separate shower to the sink and the toilet. So they're not wet rooms.
Yeah, so separate.
Yeah, so they're not, the whole of the bathroom doesn't get soaking wet. You can hang your clothes and your towel out. It's not like in some boats where everything's getting...
Quite important for some goods, yeah.
Exactly, definitely. Of course, all the cabins are air conditioned. We have air All chosen, hand-picked by Barbara.
I can tell, like, the
She
lady's
puts a
got
lot of
style.
effort into it. Yeah. I
Yes.
think it's her favourite part of the job.
Need to ask her where she got that.
Yeah.
I would love to have that at home.
Yeah, but where she got these skills from as well. So we'll show you the last cabin of Boom. This is great. It's like a little den or a cave. You know, you enter down. Lots of privacy.
Yeah. Also, like it's a bit lower. This bit,
Yes,
so
it's a bit
that's
lower.
probably much appreciated.
The beds in the forward cabins, they have actually quite wide steps going up to
really?
them, so they're not too difficult to get onto. And a nice size shower and heads in that one as well.
That's one thing that's interesting about Boom, the size of the bathroom, like very generous.
Yeah, no, it is nice. It is nice. And I can take you up onto the fly bridge. So it's sunset, dinner's going to be ready in half an hour. Cocktail up here, sun's low in the sky. You've spent all day water skiing, jet skiing, exploring monasteries on the shore. The kids are sleeping already because they're knackered. Cocktail up
What's
here.
the cocktail? I needed to fulfill the mental image.
Pina colada tonight, I think. Yeah, something coconutty, refreshing.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a nice area up here. Two big cushions, nice sunbathing area, nice and high, 360 view. So it's lovely in the daytime. If there's no wind, you can be up here and you can't hear the engines. So you're just sort of silently drifting along through the water, surrounded by the beautiful seas of Greece, either the Ionian or the Aegean. So this boat, by the way, I don't know if you need this for the film, but she'll be in the Aegean for May and June, and then she is heading to the Ionian for July and August, and she'll be doing the same thing in 2020, and then heading back to the Aegean for September.
I see.
So hopefully we'll avoid the worst of the Meltemi, the strong winds in the Aegean,
Of course.
and we'll get amazing weather in the Ionian 100%. And then we'll head back into the Aegean when hopefully the winds calm down a bit, and we should get the best of.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
I would like to ask, usually people like say Santorini, and usually it's on this type of boat it would be people like with families, where the Santorini is not ideal in July, August.
Yeah.
And that's why you're going to the Ionian, right?
Yeah,
So what would you tell people, why Ionian, why not Santorini?
Santorini.
I understand the winds are very hard, but what can you see there in the Ionian?
Without putting down Santorini, the Ionian is gorgeous. It's treed, it's completely different. The Aegean is beautiful as well. It's got like a barren, rustic feel to it, right? But the Ionian has these big pine forests, very mountainous, beautiful. The architecture's different, so it's more Venetian, the old stone and the red roofs.
So the Cyclades have Santorini, then Sporades would have something like Mamma Mia Island. Then Saronic would have like Hydra, and in Ionian what would be the Paxos?
It's heaven. It's a slice of heaven. Paxos, anti-Paxos. You have a bay in Paxos called Lacca, which gets very busy in the summer, but it's still gorgeous. Have you been?
I haven't been to Ionian yet.
So it's an enormous bay with a very pretty little village at the head of it, and it's very shallow. Maybe the whole bay is no deeper than 5 meters, 3, 4, 5 meters, and it's sand. So it looks like the world's biggest swimming pool. You go in, you can see, this is where you see the pictures of the boat, and you can see the shadow of the boat on the floor, and you can't really tell the boat's floating.
Do we want to continue maybe at the bow?
Sure. So two sea box. Nice big seating area at the front, very comfortable, very safe. You're down below there. So as the boat's sailing along in the daytime, you can be up here. Hopefully, dolphins at the bow. You can hear the water, sliding through past the hulls. It's really nice. It's usually most people's favourite place to sit on the boat.
I can imagine if you're a family, you could have a beer here and the kids are jumping on the trampoline.
Exactly.
That is quite convenient.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice area. Nice wide side decks as well. So even at sea, it's very safe moving up and down the side of the boat. Very useful guardrails.
I'll mention that the sea bobs is something that most boats that are similar don't have, and they're awesome.
True. Yeah, or they have and they charge €1,000 extra each for the week, whereas it's included in the price on Boom.
Wonderful.
Awesome fun. The blow-up kayak for the kids, which I'm sure they would just have endless fun enjoying the caves. Lots of caves in the Ionian, lots of limestone cliffs, some very dramatic coastlines around there. So really, and even in the middle of the summer, there are spots. One I can think of, Cliff Bay, an island called Assos, south of Lefkos, east of Ithaca, and it's so gorgeous. There's 200-meter cliffs, creates this half moon shape like this, and there's two areas that are shallow enough to anchor, but still you have to tie to the shore.
Of course.
And you just have this turquoise behind the boat, and these cliffs rising up. You can see the different layers and the way the rock's being convoluted, and you can actually climb up to a couple of spots, and you can get the most amazing pictures of your boat from there. Like really, yeah, there's some really nice spots out there to spend the holiday. It's a very special part of the world.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So should we check about the food?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Let's go to
I kind of had the feeling that this is going to be something very interesting. Maybe some local specialties and.
Yeah. Hey guys. Hey. Toby. Nice to meet you.
I hope that could borrow you for a second to speak about food.
Yeah, of course.
Could we go on there? Galley, please. Awesome. Awesome. So I wanted to ask, like, it sounds like Boom and food, that's something that goes together.
It's exploding.
So how would you say? Tell me something about it, because let's start. What meal would the guests enjoy the most in your experience?
Well, in my experience, in the restaurants and the boats that I worked, probably the fish is the more is the food that they prefer the most. Fresh fish, and they would like to go.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can close this, because there's a thing going on outside. If we can, that's fine as well, but would be better. Yeah, so fish, especially if it's fresh, if you manage to catch something, I imagine that would be a thing you want to do.
When you are in a boat, you have the luxury that you can always visit some local fishermen, and you can buy a fish from them.
Awesome.
And also some lobsters. You can find a lot of ingredients, like shrimps, lobsters, fresh fish, fresh mussels, even some oysters. If you are in the area.
Let's try to make the people hungry who are watching this.
Right.
Give me a picture. What does it look like when you're doing whatever, whatever you imagine? What is the food you make that you usually do? Or?
As I said before, that my father is a fisherman, so I know about fish, and I know a lot of ways to do the fish. Like the yesterday finger food was a fish like it was cooking in a citrus juices for 12 hours, and the texture is like the fish is cooked. It's not something like ceviche or something like tartar, which is the fish is raw. It's something like cooked, and it keeps all the juices and stuff like that. We can also have grilled fish. We can have some mussels, and to make it in a different way, we can put it in a grill and just let it open from the heat of the sun, and with some lemon, you can eat it just like that, raw. Simple as that. Also with the oysters and stuff like that.
I think that's plenty. Thank you for very good description of what to expect, and definitely I understand fish is the thing, and I definitely would like to try some of your fish, because I can tell that it's not new to you. You know everything there is to know about making fish. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Nice to meet you.